What's going on, everybody? So, I want to talk a little bit about hitting rock bottom with alcoholism. Um, we're gonna start from the beginning, but if I'm all over the place, don't mind me. My thoughts are just always all over the place. So I started drinking my first drink, I was 8 years old at a campfire with my parents. They didn't know. I kind of snuck it behind them. And that was the first time I ever took a sip of alcohol. I'm going to try to make the story as short as possible just to get to where I'm at right now and then start explaining stuff. And from there, I didn't really drink again until I was about 15 years old. Started hanging out with friends, just started partying. That's when I moved to Florida, hung out with the wrong crowd, we partied everything. And yeah, I was drinking on the weekends. So till I was about like 15 years old till 21, I was just drinking on the weekends. Then when I was 21 and I was legally allowed to go to bars and I was allowed to drink, it became like probably an every other night type thing to where I was drinking every other night. Still going to work, had a full-time job. It wasn't affecting my job at all because hangovers at that time, I could handle hangovers at that time. And 21 to about 24, I would say, I was drinking every other night. And it wasn't nothing like excessive. Yeah, I would have hangovers and it was a problem. But it was probably like 8 beers a night, realistically. I mean, that's still a lot from the average person, but to me, it wasn't nothing. 8 beers a night. And I was doing that every other night. And then when I was 25, I started getting the hard liquor. I was drinking I drank hard liquor here and there before, but it was mostly just beer. But I started getting hard liquor because it was cheaper. So I was drinking a lot of Captain and Cokes. Excuse me. I was drinking a lot of Captains and Cokes, going out to bars, hanging out with friends, getting messed up. And I was drinking beers. It was either one. But I was drinking a lot of Captain and Cokes. And by the time I was 25, I was drinking almost every night by that time. And I ended up checking myself into rehab. I stayed in rehab for 45 days. I got sober. I moved out to Clearwater, Florida. Got away from all my old friends. Got away from all my family. Got out of the comfort zone. I was going to meetings and everything. And I was doing the right thing. I was doing everything I was supposed to. I had a full-time job. Sober for 6 months. When that 6-month mark hit, I thought I can congratulate, like I thought that I had a reason to go drink because I thought that I could control it at that point, you know? I had 6 months sober. I thought I could control it. So I thought that it was a good thing that I can go drink, have a few beers, I'd be fine. I did have a few beers. And then it turned into, within a week, I was already back at the bottom, drinking a whole like 750 milliliter bottle of Captain every night. And for 1 second. Thought I heard something. But yeah. I was drinking about 750 milliliter Captain every night. And within 2 months, like I was doing this every night, 750 milliliter Captain. So I checked myself back into rehab. At that point, I did 30 days. I met some girl in rehab, would highly not recommend. She was a stripper from Las Vegas, so it was not good. Hung out with her after. We had a thing going for a little bit. And then we separated our ways. I was drinking, she was doing her drugs or whatever. She was doing Xanax and stuff. And we separated our ways. And at that point, I kind of used that as an excuse to just say, fuck it. I'm going to get so fucked up now. And I was back to drinking 750 milliliter of Captain every single night. And we're just going to fast forward the next few years because I wasn't taking sobriety serious at all. Was not taking it serious. And I went into rehab probably another 3 times stays, like total stays, and maybe like 3 detoxes at that point until I was 30 years old. I'm 31 now. And my last time in rehab, I was turning 30. I was 29 turning 30. That was my last day in rehab. Past year, the past year of my life, it became to where I was drinking a 750 milliliter of Captain to drinking 3/4 of a gallon of vodka every single night with cranberry. Like, and I was doing this every night for the longest time. And it really, really screwed up my life. I had a full-time job where I was making about 60, 70K a year. I recently just lost that. I'm 3 days sober right now. We're going back on track, but I recently lost my job. My car broke down. I'm living back in my parents' house. My health, I don't even know. I haven't been to the doctor in forever. It's probably not the greatest. It started messing up my teeth a little bit because I was drinking. I was smoking a lot of cigarettes. And I put myself in about 15 to 20K in credit card debt because I was being really irresponsible with my drinking. But I just want to explain to you guys that drinking is the devil's advocate. It's like, and you have no good decisions while you're drinking like that. Like, you can see in my face, I'm chubby. I gained actually probably like 50 pounds over the past year because of my drinking. My throat's fucked up from it. I don't know what's going on with that. I probably do need to go see a doctor, but right now, completely broke. 15, 20K in credit card debt. I have medical bills up the ass because of all the rehabs and stuff. But it started off fun, and then it got to a point where it was completely just destroying my life. Like, I'm 31 years old, living back in my parents' house, completely broke, and so much debt. Don't even know how I'm gonna get out of it. Excuse me. Let me get some coffee. But I know there's a rock bottom for everybody, and I feel like I've had so many rock bottoms, but this is literally like the biggest rock bottom for me, and it's my time to change my life. Like, I'm 31 years old, and I don't need to be doing this anymore, or I'm just gonna die, or just maybe be homeless. Like, yeah, I'm grateful that I have a place to stay right now. I'm grateful that I can try to get back on my feet. I just have to go find a job. I have to stay sober. Like I said, I'm like 72 hours sober right now. But I have heartburn up the ass. I don't know what's going on. Lost a great job. I haven't been in a relationship in years because I'd rather just go to the bottle than go out and meet people. I've isolated myself for probably the past like 3 or 4 years because I just wanted to get drunk. And my social life sucks. I really don't talk to anybody anymore, to tell you the truth. And I would just like, if I could take it all back, I would. But you can't look at it that way. You just gotta look at what you can do in the moment and change your life in the moment. And I'm just gonna try to take it one day at a time, rebuild my life, and hopefully eventually like go get a medical exam from doctors. Hopefully nothing's like seriously wrong with me, and just eat healthy and change my life. Go back to meetings, go talk to my sponsor. I've had sponsors in the past. I need to go speak with my sponsors and just take everything serious because it takes that one drink. Like, I've always realized that, like, when you get sober, it really takes that one drink. Like, they'll say in rehabs that one is too many, 1,000 isn't enough. I never believed it when I first heard that saying, but it absolutely is true. Because when I have that one drink, yeah, I can have one beer, and it might be that one night I had one beer, but I'm telling you, the next night I'm gonna go buy a bottle of vodka. I'm gonna drink 3/4 of a gallon of vodka. be obliterated, not be able to get up the next day, not be able to work. It destroys every aspect of your life, relationships, financial, health. Like 5 years ago, I was in great health. Yeah, I drank beers and stuff, but I was in great health. I worked on a golf course. I was making decent money. I was very active. But like nowadays, it wasn't like that, dude. I was just sitting in my room. Literally, I'd go to work, sit in my room, drink all night, potentially not make it to work the next day, call off. I was skipping work all the time. But I worked for my cousin, so he had tolerated it for a long time. And he eventually got to the point where I was doing it too much. They had to get rid of me. And I have nothing against them for that. I actually understand that, to tell you the truth. I would do the same thing. Because he's running a business. He doesn't need that. And they just want me to get the help that I need. But for any like young kids out there in your 20s, don't go out drinking, man. Don't do it. It's not worth it. It's going to destroy everything. You're going to look back at it and you're going to really regret it. I mean, I could use this to like, I don't know, just better my life and just look back at everything and hopefully just take everything serious this time. Like right now, I really don't want to drink. Because, well, I can't. I really don't have any money to tell you the truth, so that's a good thing. But I absolutely hit rock bottom. I wish I wasn't at this point, but there's always a way up and a way out. I mean, financially it sucks, but if I go make some good money, I can get back on my feet. Right now I'm just kind of selling everything I have just to make a little bit to pay my minimum payments on my credit cards, pay my insurance. Well, my car's kind of broken down right now, but I had nowhere to fix it. But I don't know. Like, I just really want to like talk to people that are younger, tell them that it's not worth it. Even if it's drugs, alcohol, it's not worth it. It's really not, dude. Especially the alcohol. I would go through really bad withdrawals. Like when you're drinking 3/4 of a gallon a night and you're doing that on a daily basis. Like the past 3 days, I've been going through withdrawals like crazy, but it's kind of starting to go away right now. But the withdrawals, like I would get DTs. So like I'd get cold sweats. I would start hallucinating. Like while I'm trying to sleep, my body would start jerking. I would start seeing stuff crawl on the walls. I would see faces. I would hear things. I would think people were at my places where I stay. I would think other people were here that were never even here. And I was just delusional, dude. Like absolutely delusional. And like going crazy. Just because of the alcohol. I don't, like, absolutely crazy to tell you the truth. I'm starting to get better, like, clear-minded as I'm like 72 hours sober. So that's a good thing. But yeah, man, like, if you really think you have a problem, like, I would go seek help and take it serious, dude. Like, don't get out of rehab and just be like, oh, I can go back to the same place, hang out with the same people, do the same things, because it never works out. I'm an advocate for that, because, like, I would do that. I would go hang out with the same people, be around the same places, do the same things. And yeah, I might be sober for a little bit at first, but eventually you go back to your old ways. Like, you're in that comfort zone, you go back to your old ways. And if, like, when you really do want to get sober, you kind of got to get out of your comfort zone. You got to do everything your sponsor tells you, for one. Meetings do help. I mean, it's not for everybody. A sponsor helps. It's not for everybody. Like, you got to do your own way and how you want to do it. But don't go back to the same things. Don't go back to the same place. Don't go back to the same people, because you're always going to end up back in the same place. And I don't know what else to say, but I have hit rock bottom at this point. I don't know what to do to get myself out of it, but take a day at a time. Go find a good job. Be around sober people. Stop hanging out with the old crowds and just, for one, eat healthy, work out, and hopefully my health is all right at this point. I don't know exactly, but I feel like I get better my health as time goes on, either way, as long as something serious isn't wrong. Yeah, I do get like really bad side pains in my liver. I don't know if that's going to go away or if I have a serious problem with my liver, but it's nowhere to live, man. You don't want to wake up sweating, smelling like shit because you're sweating out booze. Everybody around you knows it because you smell like booze. And you're not thinking straight. You can't do anything right. Like, the way of life just sucks, dude. And I did that for years, and I really don't want to do it anymore, man. To tell you the truth. So, like, I'm going to keep speaking more on this topic. I'm sorry if I was all over the place, but I'm going to keep speaking more on this topic and keep letting you guys know how long I'm sober, and I'm going to keep going and keep doing my thing to try to better my life and keep you guys updated on everything. And I want you guys to follow along with this journey, and I hope this video could help out at least one person. That'd be awesome. But yeah, let's do this, bro. We're at 3 days right now. I'm not going to get too ahead of myself and say we're going to make it to a year. We're going to take a day at a time. And yeah, hopefully you guys can follow my journey. But I'll see you guys next time.